Oh, it doesn't matter.
Okay. All right, good afternoon, everyone. I will call to order the Thursday, May 5th Community Programs Committee. And Lori will take attendance.
I will. Supervisor Puccioni, Elena Finnan, Councilmember Moskowitz, Michelle Martinelli, Beth Greenwood, and Linda O'Brien.
Okay, and I will take a motion to approve the 7th meeting minutes.
Motion to approve.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the minutes are approved. And Lori, you didn't receive anything for public comment, right?
Nothing.
Okay,
No, it's been
then
quiet.
we'll move into community programs.
Alrighty, first item is our update. Spring soccer has gotten off to a bumpy start thanks to the weather, but numbers are great and we're hoping for better weather going through to the remainder of the season. I'm confident. The Spring Hat and Bunny Parade was a wonderful success. Thank you. The weather was fantastic. This was the first year we added the spring hat portion to the parade, and I think it was kind of a hit. Hats and ears were just adorable. I mean, parents and children alike all had them on. And I want to give a special thanks to council members Moskowitz and Brennan for taking the task of picking the winners, because I don't think that could have been very easy, because there were quite a few nice hats. So thank you very much for doing that.
Sure.
Driving range opened for the season on Saturday this past weekend. The weather was beautiful. There was well attended. Special thanks to the highway department for getting the range up and running and installing the safety nets and mats. And also a very special thanks to Coach Ben Smith and his varsity golf team. They volunteered to go over and pick the range from 6:30 till dark, and were able to retrieve balls out of the woods and the plugged balls in the ground. So, and they retrieved about 300 balls, which is a savings to our budget. So thanks to them. All right, and a summer staff update. So I had for the pools and snack bar lifeguards application, we had over 20 snack bar applicants and 2 lifeguards. We had interviews. The majority of them were last week. We had a few the week before and one at the tail end or the beginning of this week. Wonderful applicants. Unfortunately, we could not pick everyone. I was able to select what I thought we needed for the snack bar and sent letters out for acceptance and then unfortunate letters for rejection, but leaving it wide open that if somebody drops out, that we always have a spot available. So, and we've got 2 ones, fantastic. Our playground staff agreements went out to all of the 2021 staff and the junior counselors who now have graduated up to the counselor position. And all those names will be, as well as the snack bar and lifeguards, will be on the resolution at the end of the month. And quick pool update, I heard Ray's committee report this morning, and I have 2 of our pool managers who are going to jump in and help on 5/23 going forward with blasting out the pool, cleaning it, painting, whatever they need to help get it up and running for the inspection. And I know Charlie really appreciates the help, so, and they were more than happy to do it. And as I said, for the end of the month, I have resolutions for pool staff, playground staff, and independent contractors, which are the people that are running all of our summer programs.
And a resolution to add
Oh, okay,
for the standard license agreement to authorize use of that,
got it.
and that'll go in conjunction with the facilities use manual.
Perfect. And I also have one to add for the farmers market, setting the rates for the year and the dates for the farmers market this year.
Awesome. Alrighty. And that's it for my department.
I brought just a couple mini calendars for everyone. We were pretty booked. It's been nice and busy. There's always something going on at some location throughout the center. We did kind of like a tip of the hat to Mother's Day today with tea, and we also celebrated the May birthday, so that's always a big hit with everybody. So the lunches have tempered a little bit, probably because there's some nice weather. People are able to get out, and they're starting to travel a little bit, so that'll help us balance out.
Make it not too crazy for you.
Yeah. We have, somebody from the Green Market, Schenectady Green Market, they have, you might have seen the story on the news, the 11 o'clock news. It's a low-cost weekly food box share program, so they're gonna come in and talk to us, in the morning on the 19th. We also have figured out the chicken barbecue, so that is ready to go on that Wednesday, May 18th. We'll come in and, it's pretty streamlined, so, and, we're just gonna hand out, we've got a list going with them, we've got our information, 2-pager going in envelopes that goes out to all the 250. They completely booked, and they have a waiting list, and they stopped the waiting list. So it was pretty popular, so that was good.
And I'll help you. I'll
That's
volunteer to
great.
do whatever
Thank
need.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll be the runners.
I love that. Okay.
So, Charlie and Ray, I think, are on deck, and so all we need from them is cones, and we should be able to handle the rest. So, our Qigong lady, she came in, Maxine, on Monday, and she had, I think, 5 or 6 people, and it was very well received. They loved her class, so we're excited to have her. She's just the nicest person. So that'll continue through June and beyond if we can. We're also we had the senior, at the Eddie Senior Care, they were gonna come in and do a grow with us, but they've had some personnel changes for whatever reason, and so we had to scooch things around, so that has been pushed to the 31st. I think that'll go over well with people. That's more like a hands-on, like a little, like a grow kit type event, so activity, I should say. We've had a couple of instances where the alarm goes off, and we get the phone call, but we can't hear the alarm downstairs, and it would be helpful if we could.
Did you touch on?
No.
He's the alarm guy.
So I will let him know. I just
Okay.
didn't know how involved that was, and I just wanted to let you know that we're gonna bubble that up.
Got it. Okay.
So, it's just important to us, because if something goes wrong for whatever reason, it just, it gets, it can get loud downstairs, and, if we can know what's going on in our own building before the call comes in, that's gonna be nice. The other thing is we
Is it-
have,
That's the fire alarm or
yeah, it could be fire or,
burglar?
burglar, yeah. And then we also have, and this is a Seth thing, I thought maybe Seth would be here, but we had an incident with one of our seniors who was upstairs on the computer. I don't know what he did, but he got like where it shuts down and you get the message like, we're gonna hijack your files, you have to call this number, and he started to call the number, and thank God he had said something, because Edie was there, and she was like, no, she grabbed it, she literally yanked the plug out of the wall. So Seth came over and took a look, and we were fine. But apparently in conversation, it was said that they're linked to us. So if there was damage done on that level with these computers that are used for the public, that it would affect us downstairs. And we're like, there's got to be some sort of like security wall or some sort of
Right.
separation, so that we don't have to, because that could do a lot of damage for
Absolutely.
us. So I'll probably, again, if you're all right with that, I'm going to bubble that up to Seth. And unless you tell me otherwise.
Yeah.
And then also we could use a little help with our phones, because we have the new phones that he put in a while ago. However, we can't connect to one another. So it's almost like it's a party line. So there's only 2 lines, first of all, and then there's 3 of us. And if I pick up and I'm on a line and Edie doesn't notice, and she just grabs her phone, she's on the line with me. So it's just not professional. Do you know what I mean? And we're dealing with seniors, and so it can be a little confusing. It's confusing to us. And so we're thinking maybe I might ask Seth for that and see if he can straighten us out a little bit. But other than that, it's pretty much business as usual, and people just seem to be happy and doing their thing. So, any questions?
That's awesome. A lot going on.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. They keep us busy, that's for sure. So, I think that's it.
And Laura, you're gonna take care of that fire alarm.
I am. Yeah, I'm gonna email Charlie and I'll copy you as well.
Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't too, I'm happy to just, run with it, but I don't know what the costs are gonna be
Yeah, well,
and so on and
it's
so
gotta
forth.
be
I
good.
just wanna
Yeah.
there to be a level of awareness.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, I'll do as soon as. I
And there's
get
probably
this.
something like there's like a speaker or an amplifier
I'm
downstairs,
sure,
right?
right, yeah,
Just an
and
extra
he's,
hookup.
you know.
And why is it
makes-
going off? That's another issue. So-
Well, it's just, I forget what happened. One, you know, Ecos has actually been really good. The guy who runs, Mike, he's been fantastic. And he and I just we text back and forth. He's really easy to work with. Something set it off, and I think it was a little bit of a mystery. We weren't quite sure what it was. So, and then we do have, although she's becoming savvy with it now, but she was a new instructor and she was a little confused.
Got it, okay.
Right, so we're good now, but, you know, for those moments when they
Got
do
it.
go off. yeah.
Okay, okay, I'll look you in.
Okay, thank you.
Does anybody have anything else? Okay, our next meeting will be June 2nd, here in the Schaefer Room at 3 p.m. And I will take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Hi.
Adjourn.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, is everything going okay? Yeah, she said